Castore have been Feyenoord's shirt manufacturer for about 6 months now, so I thought let's make a little review of those past 6 months. And I will do that by getting into detail upon certain topics like overall design, the quality of the shirts, delivery, overall customer service and overall satisfaction. Let's start off with the designs of the shirts. I think the home shirt is pretty alright. I am, for example, someone who likes the little subtle details with the darker and lighter stripes, but a lot of Feyenoord fans are complaining about that. But for me, that is no issue. Then again, it is the pretty standard shirt we see each and every season, because this is basically how our home shirt looks each and every season. But I think quite an alright design, 7 out of 10. Moving on to the away shirt, and I think a blue away shirt is always something Feyenoord fans love. Either blue or dark green is always a color that stands out for the fans and means something special. I think this design is pretty alright. It is meant to inspire the water that floats through the city, yada yada yada. But I think the design overall is pretty cool with the darker and lighter blue and then the white details. It's not overly complex with the pattern and stuff like that, but I think it's a very solid shirt and I'll give this one a 8.5. Moving on to the third shirt, and I will upload a picture on your screen right now. I think this is just a poor, almost Saudi Arabia tribute shirt. I mean, I do understand the effort where they used white and green because those are the colors of the city of Rotterdam, but it's just not very nice. So yeah, an A for effort, but a 4 or 3 out of 10 for this third shirt. And then moving on to the fourth shirt, which is insane. It is like a layout of the city. We've seen this with Barcelona and other clubs as well, but I think this is just an insane looking shirt. Black with lime green is an insane color combination. So yeah, this shirt, 9 out of 10. It's just beautiful. I think the training shirts are, I mean, pretty average. It's just a Feyenoord badge, a Castore logo and some colors, so 6 out of 10 for those. I think all the other merch like sweaters, hoodies, regular t-shirts are a bit ugly, and I mean I'm very bothered by the huge Castore logo being on the front and the very small indication that it's also a Feyenoord sweater, and I don't like the color combination of it, so 3 out of 10. Moving on to the stadium collection, I think those designs are insane. I mean, I love the 90s bootleg vibe that those shirts have, with the stadium being represented on the shirts everywhere, and I think the lines of the stadium and the city being there is very, very cool. I really like these shirts, and I usually don't like drill tops or anything like that. I prefer the shirt, but I think I will pick up this drill top ASAP because it is insane. 9.5 out of 10. So overall, for all the designs of the shirts that they have been releasing and all the other merchandise, I think they've done a pretty solid job. 7 or 7.5 out of 10 for the designs. But looks are not everything. We also have to look at the quality of the shirts, and this is where it starts going downhill. We've seen a lot of examples on TV of shirts being torn during the matches. We've seen it actually this weekend with Quinten Timber shirts being torn during our away game at RKC after just a small duel that he had with his opponent, and we've seen it multiple times this season. There are also a lot of complaints on social media about the fact that you can't wash these shirts without destroying them, especially this one's with the heat pressed badge and then of course the heat pressed sponsor on the front. They are very easily torn apart, and I'm actually afraid to watch them by all the comments that I'm reading. So I think in terms of quality, it is quite poor when you actually see the shirts the players are wearing being torn apart. I mean, they are basically your free marketing each and every time they play a match. And when your shirt rips apart in such an important match, I think that is really, really poor, especially combined with all the complaints on social media regarding the washing of the shirt. So I think in terms of quality, a 4 out of 10 because I haven't experienced it for myself. So I have to be a bit mild with that one, but I think it is not living up to the standards. We also have to look at the fact how the shirts are marketed. I think that is a great step forward. With our previous manufacturer Adidas, we as a club Feyenoord were not allowed to sell our shirts anywhere else except for the official fan stores and the official website. For example, you couldn't find Feyenoord shirts at Sports Direct. We don't have a Sports Direct in Holland, but for example in other sports stores or in other countries with fan stores. But with Castore, that is way easier. I've seen them in some local sports stores right here in my area actually. I've seen them on classic football shirts being for sale there, and Feyenoord are actually investigating opportunities to maybe start a fan store in countries like Mexico, where our striker Santiago Jimenez is very popular, but also in Japan where our other striker Ayase Ueda is very popular. So in terms of branding and the actual availability of shirts around the world and in other stores right here in the Netherlands, I think that is a great step forward. It will make the club much more money because there are a lot of fans around the world and they can get their shirts very, very easy, meaning that the club can make a lot of more money and do a lot more branding abroad. So I think that is very good. Compared to Adidas, it's actually way better. So for that, a 9 out of 10. Moving to the purchasing process, and I think what I mean by that is ordering shirts either online or purchasing them in the physical fan stores. I want to start off by saying that in the beginning the stock of shirts was actually very short, but I think they managed to fight that a little bit better. There are still a lot of shirts being sold out and a lot of name sets, especially from popular players, being sold out. And I think, judging from the previous year where that also happened with Adidas, I think they could have done a little bit more in terms of planning with that. I mean, Santiago Jimenez is a very popular player, and yet once again his name set has been sold out for each and every shirt. And I think they could have predicted that a bit better. I mean, it happened last year, so why not this year? In terms of online orders, it is actually very bad. Once again, it is raining complaints about shirts either arriving very late, with missing prints whilst the customer has ordered them, with wrong prints, or they're being delivered to the wrong place. But I think that is really up to the delivery company. But overall, I mean, shirts arriving very late has to do with Castore sending them out very late. And I mean, getting the orders wrong is actually, I mean, I think it's simple to prevent. I mean, you order a shirt with a name set, and getting a shirt without a name set, it's a very childish mistake in my opinion. And because of that, I am actually afraid to order a shirt. I prefer to go to the physical fan stores, and I'm able to do so because I'm a season ticket holder, so I'm actually quite often at the stadium and at the fan store. So for me it's very easy to pick up a shirt whilst I'm there. But I can imagine that there are a lot of people who live far away, don't go to every match, or maybe go to a match every once in a while, who don't want to drive, I don't know, 2 hours to the fan store, pick up a shirt and then drive home. Because that's way too expensive. I mean, delivery would be cheaper. But I can imagine that they are actually frightened because of all the complaints they're reading on social media. And up until this point, Castore has done a little bit to improve it, but it's not really over. One more thing before I close this video. You could argue that Feyenoord is not maybe one of the top customers or the top teams within the Castore branch, but actually, I listened to a podcast recently where they discussed this, and they actually said, or they found out, that Feyenoord is one of the highest paid teams within the Castore company. For example, clubs like Rangers and Bayer Leverkusen receive less money annually than Feyenoord. So I think that kind of proves that Feyenoord is a very high-rated customer or high-rated club for Castore. And I think that makes it even worse that it's not going very smooth up until this point. So overall, the design of the shirt are pretty good. The overall marketing opportunities are wild compared to Adidas, and I think way better for the club. But the overall ordering process and the stock in the stores, combined with the poor quality of the shirts that I'm reading and seeing on TV and reading online, of course, I think for now I will give them a 5. because I do value the quality of the shirts also very highly, because a shirt could be nice, but if I can't wear it or wash it, I mean, what's the point? The same goes for the delivery process. I mean, I can pick up a shirt in the store, so I'm not necessarily highly affected by it, but what if I like a shirt and I want to order it right now? I have to think about the possibility of the shirt arriving very late or me getting the wrong order. And the customer service is also actually not very easily reachable, or so I've read online. So that is also a point of concern. But for now, I think Castore are slowly improving and getting used to the process at Feyenoord. So I don't want to write them off straight away, so that's why I'm giving them a 5, maybe a 5.5. It's just getting there. And I think when they get the ordering process and the quality of the shirts in a better condition, then they will get a very, very high mark, in my opinion. The potential is there, they only have to live up to it for now. And that is the end of this video. It is something different than the stuff I'm doing usually on this channel, but I hope you guys liked it. And I thought, since this is a very unique situation where we have a new manufacturer, why not give a little review upon that, so I could help you guys in deciding whether you want a Feyenoord shirt or not. I should do it, definitely. If you like this video, please leave a like and comment down below what your thoughts are on Castore as a manufacturer for Feyenoord or Castore as a company in general. I'm very curious to hear your experience with them. Maybe your club has them as their manufacturer, so I'm very interested in your stories as well. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to my channel for more football shirt related content. And there is still a very cool giveaway coming very, very soon in the month of December for me reaching 1,000 subscribers. I'm working very hard for it, but I want to make it something special, so it takes a little bit more time. For now, thank you guys for watching, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye!